And we're eventually gonna have to do like a whole Souls game tier list. All right, let's just get into this. Let's get into this, right? Let's see. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I already don't remember this guy. Battle Mage Hugus? Is this guy like a I'm gonna leave him down here for now. Is this guy like he looks like an Everjail. I don't think I did him. I'm gonna leave him down there. Beast of Farum Azula. Which one's that? Okay, I remember I do remember Bell-Bearing Hunter. I gotta remember what Beast of Farum Azula is, but hold on. Bell-Bearing Hunter is mid. I don't think it's anything to remember about. Is Beast of Farum Azula the one at the very beginning? Like, you don't actually find him in Farum Azula. You find him right after the first step, right? Yeah. Gotcha. So, he's almost like... No, he's not the introductory boss, because that's more like the grafted guy. So, I don't know. This guy, he's okay. He's not the worst. He's kind of cool early on. You know? He's like the first kind of intimidating guy that you can beat, though. Pretty okay. Now, I remember the Bell-Bearing Hunter. So Beast is gonna go like, dude, maybe C. Like, probably C. It's just like all it is like it's kind of like a misbegotten guy, but that's like a boss, right? Bell-Bearing Hunter is a little bit cooler because I like knights. I like humanoid bosses, I'm not gonna lie. You think he's D? I don't know. Are you talking about Beast? I don't know if Beast is D, because you gotta remember, even when I like just now, this playthrough, like he's the first like, oh crap kind of moment. But I don't know, I'm leaving him at C for now. He might come down. Because he's an early boss. He's an early boss. I also think Bell-Bearing Hunter, it's either C or... We got to make room for some B and A and S. I don't know. Maybe I'm going C with him too. I guess you're right. The cool thing where he stalks the merchants, I didn't realize even. Yeah, we can take lore into consideration, but keep in mind, like that's why Sif got an S for me, was basically like the lore and the design. But I might not know some of this deep lore here, you know, and I'm just like, I'm not going to take that into consideration, honestly. But I don't know. I'm putting him at C right now. This guy I don't think I fought. So this is the ice dragon, Borealis, the freezing fog. Now keep in mind, this is not difficulty based. This is just out of like how cool they are and how good they are. I think the ice dragon, by the time you get to the ice dragon, it's not cool. It's like a cool name maybe, but like you've already fought. By the time you get to this ice dragon, you've already fought like 5 other dragons like it, and the only thing different about it is that it's like icy. I kind of think he's C as well. I'm almost borderline D. I'm borderline D, other than real experience saying like he's the only ice one, so he's kind of special. But like, we're starting out pretty mid. Yeah, we're starting out pretty mid, okay? Cemetery Shade. This is the guy that feels like he's out of Bloodborne. This guy feels like Bloodborne, but he's not very cool. Okay, like, his pros. He kind of has a unique design that kind of feels different than a lot of these other ones, but it kind of feels like Bloodborne-ish. But he's mid. He's mid. We should probably start ranking these in row 2. Like, I feel like Cemetery Shade is, I don't know, maybe not as cool as the dragon, but maybe cooler than the beast. Maybe, there we go. That seems more in order. Yeah, he's mid. Okay. Clean Rot Knight. This is the one... Is this the one in the castle that's got all the poison all over the ground? And then when you get up into the castle itself, there's that other boss with the magic sword, right? So I feel like this is just one of those like knights that's like a boss. Like you fight plenty of these knights that aren't a boss. And then this one's a boss. I mean, am I losing my mind, or is it mid as well? We're kind of starting out with a lot of C's here. I feel like this is a C. It might be cooler than him. Maybe. I don't even know if it's cooler than him. I'm like struggling between these two like this, to be honest. I mean, I don't even think it's cooler than any of these. He might go down to D. He's going down to D. They're not cool, but it's just like, we see him a lot. And then this one's just like a boss. I don't know. Okay. Commander Nile. Now, we just did Nile. Now, Nile's a mixed bag for me. You know why? Both times I fought Nile, he was easy. He was too easy. Even on my other build, he was too easy. So easy that he was barely memorable. Even though he's got kind of a cool design. I like that he's a big fat knight. I like that he's got like a prosthetic leg that's like doing lightning stuff. I didn't even notice that he had like a prosthetic leg thing until this time. I think without a doubt, he's cooler than these. Look, Commander Nile, there's a lot to do. Like, he's either going to be high C by the end of this, or he's going to be low B. I think now I'm going high C, at least above these. He's cool, but there's not a lot of variety to him. It seemed like he only had like 3 moves, honestly. He's got those, if you remember, he's in that Castle Sol area. And he's got those 2 minions that he summons that are pretty much just the 2 knights that are easy to kill. See ya, Melania. Glad you could see the ending at least. Have a good night, okay? So yeah, he's high C, okay? Black Blade Kindred. Now this is one of those gargoyle versions. The first time I played, I saw this guy, I believe, before I saw the twin gargoyles or anything else, because I think there's a portal that takes you to like right where he's at, right? With the death root and all that. I think I saw him early. He's cool. But the problem is he's one of those bosses, kind of like some of these other ones, where if there was just like one of him, then maybe he would be higher up. The fact that there's like, and there's no way he goes A. Exactly. Surplus just described it. He'd be A if there was only one. He might even be the coolest one, but I don't think he goes A. I think he goes B. We'll put him B, but honestly, guys, I almost feel peer pressured by you. I was even considering high C. Because you see him like 4 other times. There are, though. There's him. There's the one in the snowfield, or is that a different one? And then there's the 2 twin gargoyles. That's already 4. I feel like you see at least a couple more. I don't know. We'll do low B for now. Limping Flame, I just burnt the whole world down, baby. Burnt it to ashes. Let's go. Let's goat. Goat. I'm going to leave him B for now, but I got to level with you. There's no guarantees that he's staying there. Okay? Who do we got next? Black Knife Assassin. Now, again. You dark. Yo.
You dark, man. You dark, bro. Yo.
For real, man. Yeah. Yeah, I am. So anyway, this guy is kind of the same. You fight him a couple times. Good night, Retro. Good night, Retro. But real experience, you got to take it into account. Like, he's cool. But you fight them so many times. I think he's high C. I think he's high C. I'm going to be real. Limping Flame, you don't understand, dude. I'm literally the god of Sekiro. That's what they call me. Like, when I go to the grocery store, that's what I'm known as. I don't even know if it's time to do that again yet. Okay? I do like humanoid bosses. They're some of my favorite ones. You know, I just like the fights. That's why Sekiro is so dope. You know? So I'm putting him right here, high C. I'm going to put him even below Commander Nile. But he'll be above these guys, I think. Yeah. Bloodhound Knight. Darrowwill. Now, this is the guy in the Everjail early on in the game in Limgrave. Now, correct me as I talk, you guys. I'm going to do the best I can, but if I get anything wrong, let me know. But he's the guy that gives you the Bloodhound, the Bloodfang sword thing, right? And it's honestly a really strong early weapon for a lot of newbies. I feel like. Well, you know, Limping Flame, we might watch it right after this tier list together if you hang around. I haven't watched it yet. I've been waiting for Surplus. Okay. So, Bloodhound, I don't know, dude. I feel like he's kind of low C as well. He's quick. He jumps around. Isn't there a couple of him in the game? I'm trying to remember. You do get the Bloodhound, the Bloodfang sword, which is kind of a cool weapon, but it's honestly kind of OP even. It's like the weapon they just give you early on so you don't suck. I don't know. He's C. He's mid. He's below Nile. He's below Black Knife Assassin. Dude, he might be below... He might be somewhere like in the middle there. Yeah, you know, some of these guys... I can't guarantee we're not going to bump some of these down as we move on. Can't guarantee it. All right. Who do we got now? Commander O'Neill. Oh, no, we're missing one. Balls. Balls. Carry-on Knight. You might not... Oh, this is the troll that is in the manor where all the hands are. Right before you get to the boss near Renee's Rise area. Wow, I know more about this than you guys thought, huh? You see what I mean? Now that I'm looking at it in front of me. And he's the troll that's like got some magic and stuff. Again, much like these, we're saving the good ones for the end, it seems like. Because much like these, he's kind of another reskin. Or is this an Everjail one? Or are you talking about the last guy? But either way, this guy, it's a magic troll. It's a reskin of the trolls. It's not that different. It's not, you fight him kind of the same way. It's low. Oh, he's an Everjail. But am I right, though? It's the magic troll, though, right? It's like the troll that does have some magic as well. I mean, he's mid. He's mid. I don't even like him. I'm gonna put him maybe above the beast. He's somewhere down here. I almost want to go D, but I'm not going to do it. I'll put him in mid-C. Commander O'Neill. Not to be confused with Commander Niall. Now, Commander O'Neill. This is the guy in that Poison Lake area. Maybe not the full Poison Lake. What is it? Not like the Lake of Rot or whatever, but there's that other area where he's walking around down there. I remember this guy. And it's by that other town that everyone's poisoned and stuff. I remember this. He's kind of another one of these big guys. Like, he's actually similar. Is he a reskin of Nile? Yeah, the Scarlet Rot, like, lake area. But not like the underground lake thing. The other one. He's, like, topside. Yeah, Heart of Aeonia. I think he's cool, too. He's got the cool thing with... He's a skin. Isn't he the same thing as Commander Neil? I feel like he's up here with him, but like now that there's two of them, maybe yeah, welcome back on break. I don't know. I kind of want to drop them down now that there's two of them, but I guess they're cooler. They're cool. I don't know. I'll leave them there for now. Now, Crucible Knight. Crucible Knight. As a boss, he's not very cool. Because... Yeah, okay, I'm just making sure they were the same kind of reskin, though. Crucible Knights are not S. No, I can't. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't watch the trailer now. We already started. We're not going to stop now. We'll do it right after this. But you can always watch the reaction tomorrow. It'll be a part of this video, you know. Unless you got, I'll split it out. I'll do a reaction video. Let's just double it up, guys. You'll see it either way. Now, Crucible Knight is not a cool boss. I'm sorry. You know why? Are Crucible Knights cool to fight? Yeah. But you fight them so many times that, like, I don't care about the boss versions of them. I don't think it's that cool. I don't think it's that cool. I think it's like the same as when you fight them normally, but they got more health. You know, I don't know. Honestly, it's going to be low. I almost D because of the reskin, but like, I don't know. They're low. There's no way it's S tier. You guys, what are you ranking this on? How could you put Crucible? You guys, why did you not remind me about the chat again? Someone's supposed to remind me, yo. Okay, we're cooking now, you guys. Sorry. Now you're involved. I'm forgetful, you guys. I'm forgetful. Okay, now let's keep cooking. So now look. No, I don't think there's no way Crucible Knight's S tier. If you'd like to explain the lore in the chat, feel free. But I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put it. No. He's right where he should be. Okay. The Crystallians. F? We are getting low. We are getting low for sure. You think they're F? I don't think F. Maybe. I don't know about F. They're at least interesting. Like what? Let me see what else we got in here. We're probably gonna have some Fs. They're D for sure. They're D or F. Now they kind of suck, right? Because you've got these enemies too. They might be F. I'm trying to remember fighting them. No, but I kind of like how it feels like you're not doing damage to them very much. But then you finally break them. I don't know. That's kind of neat. I don't know. You are right though. They're either F or that you do see them a lot, and you see boss versions of them. You see, I'm down with F. I think they, unless something else bumps them up out of F, I think they're okay in F. They serve no purpose. At least you gotta at least say it's a unique design compared to some of this other stuff. You know, the Crucible Knights are the Legion of Night that fought alongside Godfrey in the first. That's cool, you know. But like, again, that to me makes the enemies cool, but it doesn't make the boss fight any cooler because they're not that different. They're like the same thing. They're like the same thing, you know. Anyway. So let's move on. Now, Decaying Ixyx. Now, this is the dragon in Caelid. The Scarlet Rot Dragon. So, again, I don't think the dragons are inherently bad in Elden Ring. But, again, like this dragon here is kind of the same as the Cold Dragon. Borealis, but he's got Scarlet Rot instead. So you see what they did, and I don't even fault them for doing it. They're like, in the cold, let's have a cold dragon. In Caelid, let's have a rot dragon. And like, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I don't know if I'd call the Crystallians a gimmick fight, because like, what's the gimmick? That you just hit them until they break? So this guy, I think he's cooler than Cold Dragon. I do. It's a cooler scene. He looks cooler. He's cooler than him, I think. I think he might even be cooler than him. I do think out of the dragons, I like him. I think he goes up there. He's freaking huge! He's freaking huge! I know. Okay. Moving right along to Demi-Human Queen Margit and Maggie. I didn't do this fight. I can't rank it. Anybody know? Does chat want to rank this one? Let's see what the people say, because I've never fought this boss. In fact, you know what? We'll do this. We'll do some participation here, you guys. Where do you put Battle Mage Hugius and Demi Queen Margit and Maggie? Never done those. Maybe describe what it is to me too, a little bit, you know? Now, Surplus is saying F for both. Wow. Surplus is in a mood or something here. Really? F. D, what you got to clarify who you're talking about when you say D or something. So Hughes is F. We're gonna do it because the ones that I haven't done will have chat participation, okay? So chat says Battle Mage huge. Huge. It goes into F. That's a huge F. Now there's some I did hear F for these guys, these demi-humans, but now Zach said D. And I see even a C, but then I see another F. So I'm going to split the difference with you guys. I'm going to go D. How about that? We'll put D above the Clean Rot Knight. How's that? Is that fair? I think that's fair. Divine Bridge Golem. Now, dude, I'm kind of happy we're getting all these ones out of the way. Because, like, okay, once again, the first time you see one of these guys on your first playthrough, it's awesome. And it's like, look at this huge knight. It's cool, you know? But then you see so many of them, and then, yeah, you get one or two that's a boss. I don't think it's... Now, there's a boss version of this. There's ones that aren't considered a boss, but there's a life bar one, too. But I just think it's D. Sorry. You find him... Is this the one? Because there's another one you find in a cave that you fight too as the boss. Yeah, it's got a big health bar, like a boss. But you fight it the same way, and it's squishy, and it just falls over, and it dies. I almost want to go F. It's real low D. It's probably... This boss sucks, but like, just for like the look of them when you first see him, I don't know. It's low D, maybe high F. We'll see. We'll see as this unfolds. Okay. What is this? Demi-human chief? I don't know if I've seen this. Does chat know what this is? Does chat know about demi-human chief? And while you think about that, I'm going to move on to Dragonkin Soldier. Now, this is Dragonkin Soldier of Noxtella. So this is the one that you find when you go down underground and you walk out through that water cavern and you see the big skeleton giant sitting in the chair, and then you go to approach it. You're like, what is this? And you've got all the bloodborne looking things coming out of the ground, those little creatures that are like petrified. And then as you approach the skeleton in the chair, this guy drops. Boom! It's awesome. It's an awesome moment. And I would even say that I know you fight this Dragonkin guy a few times, different kinds. This is probably the coolest one. I think this one is the coolest one out of them. So this specific one with this specific boss arena and introduction, he gets a B. And he's above Black Blade. I am almost going to say A, but there's nothing that cool about the fight. I'm giving it high B, maybe low A, based on the introduction. Let me see what you said about the other guy. No one's got any thoughts on Demi-Human Chief? Okay, we're moving on then. Erd Tree Avatar. This looks like the one that's at... It's either the capital or... No. This is like... this is Melania's area, right? He might be. But no, it's the capital one. This is the capital one, I think. But it's just one of the Erd Tree people. I think the Erd Tree people... I have one complaint with these Erd Tree bosses. I thought when I first started playing the game, in the first one you come across, You're right. It's a reskin of Asylum Demon, yeah. But the first one that I came across that was at kind of one of the bigger trees, I was like, that's cool. And then I was down with it if there was going to be a different one of these at each of the little trees like that. But then they started just putting them in areas like that didn't even feel like they needed to be there. You know? So I feel like the first time you see it and fight it, it's like maybe a C. It does start to get a little old. I think they reuse him a little bit. I'm going to go... He's above these. I'd put him above, let's see. He's above Bloodhound. He's somewhere in here. He's somewhere right in the middle of C, you know? And that probably goes for most of them. That goes for most of them. Now, who do we got? Erd Tree Burial Watchdog. This is like the kitty statue. You know, the one that's all stiff? Boom. Boom. I think the first time you see it, it's kind of cool, but I mean, it's not very hard. It's kind of goofy, even. I think it's kind of dumb. I don't, you know, part of me thinks it's like kind of neat that it's a statue, but I think it's kind of dumb. I think it's kind of dumb. It's kind of goofy. I kind of want to go F. I think it's kind of goofy. He's higher than these guys, baby. I put him above these Fs. There. I'll put him there. Yeah, that feels right. I don't want to have a Z on here, you guys. Settle down. It's okay, Surplus. We're taking care of business. Priest of Blood. I'm going to need someone to explain Priest of Blood. I don't know if I remember this one. So Demi-Human Chief and Priest of Blood are kind of still up for grabs, I guess. I'm trying to remember what Priest of Blood is. So until then, I'm going to go on to Falling Star Beast, which I do remember. Okay? Before you say just F, try to describe where and what he is. I might remember him. But Falling Star Beast. This is cool. Because you launch... the way you probably find him is you launch up that air pad, and then when you're in mid-air and you're already on the descent, you look down and you see him down there, and you're like, oh my god, you're dropping into it. You're dropping into it. And I think it's epic. And it's like a really like oh shit moment. It is. It's an oh shit moment, and it's cool. It's definitely better than some of these. He's up here. He's up here. I might even put him above that. I might even put him above that. Is there more of these beast-like ones? Bloody Dogs, Bloody Knife, Spans, Run, Capra Demon. I'm leaving him there for now. We're going to leave some down there till the end. We'll figure it out. Is there another Falling Star Beast? Or is he the only one? If he's the only one, he gets bonus points. I think he's right up here. I kind of think he's cooler than Commander Neil, honestly. I'm going to put him at high C. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's up there. I'm putting him there. Yeah, but this one's cooler because you launch into the arena like that. Okay. The Fell Twins. I gotta skip it. I don't know it. We'll come back to it. Dragonkin Soldier. Now, this is the one that is, I think, in the Sofria River area, right? And you go up the teleporter. It's the same fight as the other one, but it's a less cool boss arena. It's a less cool environment, everything about it. So I think he goes down here somewhere. I don't think he's cool. I think he's just a reskin. I think he's maybe down, like way down here. Yeah. He's low C. He's low C. Instead, what we're going to do, just so you guys know, I'm going to leave the ones I don't know till the end, and then we'll go back. I've changed my mind. Dragon Lord Placidusax. Epic. Epic. Epic dragon fight. Best dragon fight in the game. I think it's S. Do we not have A yet? Wow. I think he's S. I think he's our first S. And I think he's a strong S. Now, I don't love some of these big beast fights where the camera's wigging out and you can barely see what's going on and there's all kinds of area of attack damage happening. But the environment, the lead up to him, the cutscene, everything about it, I think this is the coolest FromSoft dragon fight. The music, the arena, the design, exactly. I think it's the coolest FromSoft dragon fight. Easily the coolest in the game. S. Even making your way through the crumbling Farum Azula, like it's so cool. S. Like a lot of when I do these tier lists, I'm thinking like, what is the most? It's not about difficulty. It's not about just lore. It's all of this combined to be like, what is the most memorable to me? And you do not forget a Dragon Lord fight like this. You know what I mean? You don't. S. Elden Beast. Yeah, we just did Elden Beast, what, 20 minutes ago? I think it's dumb, dude. I got problems with this fight. I don't like it. I think there's multiple problems with this fight. That's the thing. I don't think it's just the fact that you got to chase it around. I think it's also kind of dumb looking. I really do. I think FromSoft has made so many epic designs of godlike beings and entities. And this one is just so lukewarm to me. So lukewarm to me. It's like I get why it's hard. Because it's like, how do you even like imagine what a god is gonna look like? You know, like what do you do, right? But like this is not it. This is not it, fam. Loch Ness Monster is not it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's whack. I think it's kind of lame. I think the design's kind of lame. I think Radagon, even before it, is cooler than it is. And then you gotta just chase it around. And then I feel like you should have had your horse. Maybe they didn't want to do the horse because the horse would have made it easier. I don't know. They should have figured something out. I think, like, you literally go from fighting Horalau to Radagon to then this as the climax. Like, what? It's not good, dude. I think it's D. I think it's low D. I think the only thing it's got going for it is the build up and you're at the final boss and that it's kind of cool because that it's cooler than Golem. It's cooler than, I don't know. I mean, it's cooler than that. Maybe we get into low C. It's either low C or high D. For now, I'm going high D. Just because, like, if this was a normal boss you found in the game at the bottom of like a cave, then it would be higher than a lot of these C ones, maybe, because it's so unique. But the fact that you've got the build up leading up to it, and then it's just kind of anticlimactic, I guess. I don't know. It goes high D. It goes high D for me. You know? So now what do we got? We got Elimer of the Briar. Which guy is this? Which guy is this? Is this the guy that's in that Rot Castle, but it's like up? Yeah, the Executioner's Blade. Is this the guy with the sword that's magic and he throws it out and stuff, right? Is that this one? Yeah, okay. He's kind of cool. There's a few things, even though I don't know if he's that memorable, there's a few things that's cool about this guy. It's cool that he's in that little room with the tables and stuff, and he's got a lot of moves where he like throws the sword out and it's doing stuff on its own, and it's like breaking through the tables and the environments, and it's cramped, it's claustrophobic, it's cool. I think it's cool. So I think, let's see, I think he's higher than these. I think he's higher than Commander. He's in here somewhere. He's in here somewhere. He's in here with like Falling Star and Commander Nile. Falling Star might come down a little bit. Maybe drop Falling Star down. I'm gonna put him. How's that? Is that fair? I'm gonna put him right between the two commanders. How about that? Is that fair? I think that's fair. Yeah, he's got the Melania picture. He worships you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now that's easy. That's easy. Now Fia's champion. Now this is the one where she spawns the NPCs. Is this the one in the deep root area where you find Godwin's face with the fish tail and everything, and she spawns the NPCs to fight you? Yeah, the tier 3 subs. Fia's tier 3 subs, right. I don't know. I think this is one of those fights where I like the concept. I do like pretty much all of the times that FromSoft works in the multiplayer. I think it's cool. You know, it's a cool idea. But because of the nature of it, and you're fighting different NPCs each time, I think it's kind of like, you know, the luck of the draw on like who it is or how cool the fight is, I guess. And now I am a tier 3 sub now too, right? There might be someone fighting me right now, you know? The idea is cooler than the fight. You know, FromSoft has had fights like this all the way back to Demon Souls, where there's that one boss that like is an NPC invader or whatever, you know, or maybe it's not. It's like an actual person, I think, in Demon Souls, but whatever. So I don't know. I think it's cooler idea than some of these. I think it doesn't end up being very hard. I think I'm gonna put it up here by the dragon. It's up here. It's mid C. I'm not putting him in S for simp. S for simp. No thanks. No thanks. So now, Fire Giant. Fire Giant is so obviously just such a whack boss that goes all the way down here in F. S! S! It goes S! Did I get you? It's S, dude. I know there's some people that hate this fight. I don't hate it. Now, this is a good example of like, even though it's like a big hulking beast of a boss with some weird camera stuff, I like it more than the dragons. Because it's humanoid, it's crazy looking. The crazy appeal alone, when his leg breaks, and then he snaps it off, and he holds it up, and then his face on the stomach opens up. Dude, it is so memorable. Like, again, if we're talking about how memorable, it is full on S. It is full S. You can't deny that. Full S. Epic scene. Epic fight. Okay? I don't even got to say anything else about it. I think it's awesome. I think it's a wall for some people on their first playthrough. If you're not doing enough damage, I think he's rough. He's rough. Okay? S. S for memorability. S for everything. Flying Dragon Achille. Now, remind me, I think this is the Limgrave one, right? What's up, King D? Welcome. Welcome, King D. Now, I think, again, it's one of the dragon fights, but it is cooler. Is this Limgrave? If it's Limgrave, it goes higher. And I can explain why. Yeah, okay. It goes higher because of the introduction. It goes higher than this. I think, it's kind of hard to give it extra points for that when it's an open world game. But chances are you're going to find him first. I think it's cooler than... It's a wake-up call for people that aren't ready for this kind of game. It's a wake-up call for people who... You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's cooler. I'm putting it up here somewhere. It's up here somewhere. I feel good about that. Somewhere higher on the C. Because it's definitely like an oh crap moment if you're not ready for it. You know? It's cool. I love it. And it's also a cool, memorable open world moment where like this thing swoops in and like kills those guys right after you started the game. It's crazy. Full grown falling star beast. This might have been the one that I thought of. This might have been the one I thought of, which is the one where you launch on the air vent at the Altos Plateau, and then on the way down, you see his arena. This might have been the one I thought of. This is the one on the mountain. Well, then this one's the one that goes up here, and then this falling star beast comes down. I mean, really just down. Like end of C, maybe D. I mean, yeah, because like, I don't know, maybe D. Because I don't like the fight really, other than the introduction. You know, we'll leave it bottom C for now. Pass around the Cheez-Its, okay? We're getting into the thick of it here now. We left the good ones for the bottom. Limestone Dragon. Now this is the dragon. Is this the one you fight near the academy in Lernia of the Lakes, or is this the one that's by Rhaenys Rise? Honest to God, no matter what the answer is, I feel like it goes mid. Again, I think it's cooler than ice. That's about it. Yeah, I mean, they're all just low C. They overuse the dragons just a little bit too much, and there's not enough variety. Like, just by going, this one's fire, this one's ice, it's not enough. If you're going to do that, man, you can't have done it that many times. I don't know. Or there should have been a little bit more differences. It's mid to low C. Godfrey the Gifted. Is that really his name? It's not grafted. This is the Godfrey the Grafted Everjail version, which is by the lift on the mountain on Altus Plateau. I think it's dumb. I think it's the exact boss. They just did it again. It's literally like it's either low D or we're just gonna go F for the reskin. I think we just go F, honestly. I think it's even lamer than this guy because the Burial Watchdog is at least a unique design. Why do they call it a watchdog when it looks like a cat? I don't know. I think it's down here. Yeah. You're right. It takes the impact away from that boss fight. You're right. It really does. I think it's dumb. It's down here with the Crystallians. Yeah. I might even put this guy above him just because I want to. Because this guy doesn't take anything away from any major boss. You know? Yeah, there's a lot of watchdogs, I know. Okay, now, Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Now, we're talking who we just fought. We just fought this guy. Now, this is a toss-up for me. I'm willing to hear what you guys think. It's a toss-up for me between A and S. Part of me wants to go S just because of the spectacle alone. And at least he's got a different... I'm not even looking at chat yet. At least he's got a different play style. He's a grappler. He's Tekken, dude. He's a different fighting style. And if I think what I have to keep going in these tier lists that we've been doing is like, if to get the S rank, it has to be very memorable. I will never forget this boss. You guys gonna forget this boss? Melania goes A. I think if we're talking about the fight itself, you could go A. I think if you take into consideration the design, the epicness, the gravitas of the situation, the way that he rips the lion and then blood all over him, and he says like, what does he say? I've given you courtesy enough, and then it's S. I think it's S. I think it's S. I think I'm not gonna forget it. I think it's S. Yep. I think we got 3 S so far. It's not all about just the fight. It's a multitude of variables that come together to make the S. You know? I feel good about that. Now what do we got? Godric the Grafted. You guys, it's S! It's S. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put him lower just because we've been doing more S. He's S. I might even put him above this. I'm even feeling like this. Maybe put Fire Giant there, Dragon Lord there, maybe even Godric up here. I'm feeling like this is more of a layout that I'm down with here. Maybe even this. You know? I have given thee courtesy enough, right? I think Godric is full on S. It's like after you fight Margit and you're like, okay, that was my first major boss. He somehow ups the scale even more. And the part when I first played this game, when he takes the dragon's head and does that forefathers one and all, bear witness, and does the thing, I crapped my pants. I think it is S tier. I will never forget that. I won't even forget that before some of these other ones. Amazing. Okay, who's next? That's amazing. S tier. Who we got now? Godskin Apostle. I'll tell you what. So you should know Godskin Apostle is the skinny guy with the two of them. You got the fat one, you got the skinny one. And you can fight him alone in that tower in Caelid. I don't think it's that cool, but I think it's cooler than some of these. Like, I think it's cooler than Black Knife. I think it's cooler than Fia's Champions. I think it's probably cooler than this dragon. I think it's somewhere right here. He's not that different, but he's got the cool, like, skin robes. What? That's right. He's in the Windmill Village, too. So he kind of comes down. You fought him, like, 3 times. Not A. Nope. No. You guys are out of your mind. There's, like, 3 different versions of this guy. He's not A. He's not A. Maybe we put both of them up higher, but not him. I killed him easy. In fact, speak of the devil. Speak of the devils. Godskin Duo. I'll put this higher. I'll put this higher just because it's more iconic. Everybody, even if you're mad about the fight and it's annoying, everybody remembers Godskin Duo more than they remember Godskin Apostle or, the tubby one alone. Come on. I'll give you your A with them. How about that? We'll do our first A. And I feel like that's legit. Because I don't hate this fight. I don't understand why people hate this fight. I don't get it. FromSoft has done fights like this before, where you fight 2 of them. I don't know why everyone hates this fight. I think it's cool. You got to kill one before the other one comes back. I think they kind of tried to do an Ornstein and Smile, didn't they? That's what they tried to do. And while it's not as cool as that, it is at least something, right? Because the Ornstein and Smile, we gave S. I even think A is a little generous. It could be highest B. Maybe it comes down in a minute. We'll see. I'll do A for now. Yeah. Right. It doesn't hit that sweet spot of Ornstein and Smile, but it's cool. I think it's cooler than them alone. Yeah, let's move on. Godskin Noble. Now here he is. Here's the big boy himself. He's the same as... I think he's cooler than him. Actually, you know what? No, I'll give you a B. I'll give you a B, bro. I'll give you a B. And I can explain why. This guy here, Godskin Apostle, he's like a lot of these other ones. He's like Black Knife Assassin. He's like some of the, like, Bloodhound Knight kind of guy. Like, he's just quick. He does the aerial flip stuff. You know what I'm saying? Godskin Noble is more interesting of a design. He's got more interesting creative animations and moves. He does. He does. He's fat. He's but like to contrast his fatness, he's like nimble on his feet. He's got that sword fighting style. He's like a Inigo Montoya. Like he's cool, dude. He's cool. You know? And he's got the weird moves where he rolls around like a pastry, like a donut. He's B. He's B for big. I think he's B and he's above these. How about that? I wish you have played Dark Souls 2 before Elden Ring. Well, we're doing it next. And I'll be able to see what they took. Don't you worry. B for big man. Okay, what's next? Well, Grafted Scion. I feel like I fought it, but I don't remember. So I'm going to move on for now until we can go look it up. Grave Warden Duelist. Now, this is the guy with the two big hammers with the chains. This is essentially Kratos. This is Elden Ring's interpretation of Kratos. I don't know. I mean, it's not good. It's really not that good. Yeah. Is this the one in the dungeon? Like, there's different versions of this one as well. Unfortunately, we're seeing a reoccurring theme with that. I don't know. I don't think he's as cool as he could be. I think the first time you see him, you're like, oh, damn, okay. But he doesn't, it's not as cool as it could be, I think. It's not that memorable. I mean, I think we're talking down here, maybe even lower than those. I'm talking like maybe high D? Maybe? Somewhere in here? You know, what are you guys thinking about that? I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I'm thinking something like that. You know, yeah, I know, you know, and there's a few different fights with him, and they're all pretty much the same. Lower than D's nuts, yeah, probably, yeah. I'm gonna go D. We're gonna go D for D's nuts. He's right here. Okay. Kindred of Rot. Now this is the shrimp. This is the shrimp boss. Yes. Okay. I don't love it. I think, man, I don't know if I felt this way while playing, but in retrospect, doing the tier list, it does kind of feel like FromSoft could have like shrink the game just a little bit, and it would have been like a little bit more thought out and bang for your buck. You know, this whole thing where like we've got like so many bosses here that are just an enemy with a full boss bar. It's not good. I don't like it. I think this enemy is cool enough, but as a boss, it's down here in the F. I don't know. I think they're cool for what they are, but okay, like just take him and make a boss. No, I don't think so. I think he's down here in F. I really hate this one for some reason, so I've got him real low. But I don't know. Yeah, F. F. Leonine. Is it Leonine? Misbegotten. Now this is the guy on the Weeping Peninsula. So chances are you will come across this guy sooner rather than later. You know, if you're doing it normal, and I think he's cool. Now this is another boss where like as you see him reused as the game goes on, it gets like lame and lame and lame. But the first time, you think the Kindred simp too much, huh? Yeah, they do. The first time you see this guy, I think it's pretty cool. He's got a cool little arena. You can even see him waiting in it for you. I think it's kind of neat. I think, let's see. I think he's cooler than... No, I don't think D or F. No way. No way. I think he's high C. He's up here. He's up here. He's up here with these. I'll put him above the dragon. Below these. I kind of want to put him above the apostle, honestly. I really do. I think he's cool, man. You gotta, like, you can kind of get tainted because you see him so many times by the end of the game. But the first one you see when he's a boss is a cool moment. And you get that grafted greatsword, which is like all the little swords that make up the big sword. It's just so cool. Which is an iconic weapon. He's up here. Mid-C. Mid-C. What is Lich Dragon Fortisax? I don't know. You know how many people I've known that haven't done the Weeping Peninsula until they beat Fell Omen? How? It's right there. People even like, the game kind of guides you that way. After Fia's quest, I've never done this dragon then. If this is the dragon in Deeproot Depths, we never finished. We didn't do it. So what do you guys think? Read and real experience, Melania, where's he go? I'm seeing some A's. Again, is it just another dragon, though? How are you going to put that dragon so high? It's probably a reskin of a dragon. S? What are you... what? Excuse me? What? You guys are saying he's S. I feel... listen, I'm going to meet you in the middle. Just because there's a disagreement in the chat, we're going to go high A. But let it be known on this video, I did not fight this dragon. This is based solely, this one is off of the general consensus of the chat. Okay. I don't know. I would probably put him down here, though, with the dragons. I'm just going to say it now, okay? Lion Guardian is low. Lion Guardian, we see these a bunch. Another enemy that you see a million times. Just so happens to have a boss form. Maybe a couple boss forms. I don't even know. Feels like the boss in Dark Souls 1 DLC. Remember that first one? Kind of feels like the first time they did it. Unless I'm missing something in Dark Souls. No, yeah, Dark Souls 1, yeah. So, Lion Guardian, I don't know. He's above the bridge golem. He's down here. He's probably above the duelist. Yeah, I'll put him right there. D. High D. We're going to go high D with this one, fam. High D, okay? Loretta, Knight of the Helig Tree. I can't put Lich Dragon in A, you guys. I haven't fought him. I'm taking these ones out we haven't fought. I don't feel comfortable with it. I took them out. We're leaving them down there till the end, okay? I'm only leaving the ones I've done. Now, Loretta, Knight of the Helig Tree. This is the knight that you fight on horseback when you're on your way to Melania. After you've made your way down, I don't think he's B. No. I think you've already fought him. Again, you've already fought this guy, I feel like, a couple times. Why do you think it's B? What is it about it? Is it just because you're on your way to Melania? I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, he died so easy. He's doing the same moves as the other guy in Renee's Rise, who we already fought. I don't know, man. I'm thinking high C. I'm thinking high C. Or she. I'm thinking high she. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying maybe the lore elevates it a little bit. I mean, if that's the case, I don't know. I still think high C. I don't think it's... You guys, I don't... Even Black Blade might drop down. I mean... It's the same... Oh, not a reskin. It's the same person. So you're saying this is the same one that I fought in Renee's Rise? If that's the case... I'll give it the extra point because it's not a reskin. But I'm not going A. I'm going to go low B. Yeah. No, it looks good. I like that. It's tied up there. It's tied with Black Blade because they're kind of like, you see them a couple times, but they're the coolest one of them. Okay. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. They're up here. Maybe even above Black Blade for me. Yep. Mad Pumpkinhead. Now, again, I mean, how many times have we said it now? But again, Pumpkinhead is just a normal enemy that they kind of made into a boss. I feel like he's the one that you see when you go down into the ruins, the catacombs early on. I want to say Limgrave, where the poison flowers are going off. I think, I don't know. It's not good. It's D. It's D at best. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think it's quite F. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. The enemy themselves are cool. As a boss, though, there's not much new. I like how they slam their head into the ground, I guess. I kind of feel like Divine Golem could drop down to F. I feel like some of these guys could... No, now that we're seeing some more, you guys, I feel like I gotta drop Bridge Golem down to F. I gotta drop Clean Rot Knight down to F. Okay? You know? Oh, yeah, this is the pumpkin on the bridge. Yep, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a D. I moved those down to get this to D. It might even be F. It might even be F. Now that I just see the sheer amount of bosses, it's starting to disperse out here. Okay, and that's okay. Some of these drop down to F. Pumpkinhead's going to be low D, might end up going F. We'll see. Mimic tier. Okay. Whoa. Pumpkin. Mimic tier. Now, I could see this one going a bunch of different ways, right? Because for the uninitiated, you get to the Mimic tier boss in what? The Sofria River area underneath the map. No, it's after, well, yes, but it's after Radon slams into the planet. After you beat him, opens up the hole, you go down through there, then you get to the Mimic tier. So, I think there's a couple cool things about Mimic tier. Yeah, and Mimic tier is the S, because you have to fight the hardest enemy, which is you. Yeah, yeah. No, I think there is some cool things about Mimic tier. Number one, it foreshadows you getting the Mimic tier Spirit Summon. Like, you don't have it yet at that point. It comes right after that. So, it is kind of like a aha moment when this thing turns into you. And you're like, what the? Like, that's kind of cool. The fight itself probably is not that hard. You know, and you can cheese it like we did here, where you take off all your clothes, walk in, and then it's easy. You know? So, I think this one is the fight itself, not very cool. But I think the idea of it is neat enough to land it somewhere like lowest C. Yeah, and I like that it commits. It mimics your talisman. It mimics everything. I think it's low C. Maybe even above. No, maybe high. I like it more than Fia's tier 3 subs, maybe, for the idea of it. I don't know. I want to say mid C. I want to say mid-C somewhere in there, okay? Miranda the Blighted Bloom? Is this the flower? Like, the big version of the flower thing? Is that what it is? Because that's F. That's what it is, it's F. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is, and it's going to go F. Okay? Yeah, flower boss in the cave, F. I don't even like these flowers, to be honest. And I don't even like them. I'm okay with some of the poison, but the whole stars in the air and I don't like it. I think it's F. It's F. Don't care. The enemy itself is borderline F. So boss is going to be F. Fail. Fail, boss. F. Mog the Omen. So this is not the true version of Mog. No. This is the Omen version of Mog, which is in the bottom of the capital sewers, right? You make your way down. I thought the way down to this boss was really cool, and I think finding him was really cool. I think the boss itself is not as cool. Yeah, it's like the diet version Mog. Yeah, for sure. This is like the, yo, mom, can we get Mog? No, we have Mog at home. This is Mog at home, right here. You know, it's not the best. I kind of want to say mid. Because at this point, especially if you've done, like, you haven't done this one yet, and you're just at him first in the sewer, there's not a lot of cool, like, background or I don't know. It's cool getting there. I think it's above Bloodhound, above this. Maybe I feel like it's up here in mid C somewhere with Fia's champions and the, you know, in the mimic tier. What do you think? Somewhere like there? Is that crazy? Because I like the build up. I like the journey to get to him. I do. I kind of feel like this dragon might need to drop a little bit down. Maybe, you know. I like the build up to this more. Yeah, see, things are adjusting. Things are moving. They're fluid, okay? Take a good look. S tiers remain solid, though. Okay, you ready for the next? Now, True Mog. Mog. Lord of Blood. Obviously goes higher. Now, I'm going to throw a curveball, though. I'm not going to hit you with S tier. I'm not hitting you with S tier on Mog. I'm not. I'm hitting you with a high A. And I know you're going to be like, whoa, the lore and everything, and that's cool. I think that's fair. Man, I'm starting to rethink it. I'm starting to think maybe low S. It's either high A, it's either highest A, or lowest S. It's highest A or lowest S. I mean, let's be honest. I don't like it as much as these four. Yeah, I think it's highest A. There's a lot that I like about it. Even from a design aesthetic point of view. Like, I love how where they chose to put him in his arena, and I love how you see it in the distance when you first get to the Sofria River area and you see it up there. And like, you're like, man, how do I get there? And then you end up getting there way later. I think the purple night sky looks awesome with all of his reds and the blood. It's epic. It's so close. I think you could definitely argue it being S. And I think probably if you worked in the lore more than I understand it, you could probably squeeze it to S. I think walking in and seeing the room with the egg and the hand coming out, crazy. I think all of that's epic. But I'm going to go with highest A. Highest A for now. Okay? That's on God. Magma Worm. Oh, God. I don't think it's quite F. Mog's on the registry. I don't think it's quite F. The Blood Palace was my first view of the underground. You went there at level 25. That blows my mind. I didn't even know that was possible. And I don't know, you told us about the Magma Worm lore, but I didn't see anything that confirmed that, man. Well, you said it was item descriptions. What you were saying is that they were people that turned into dragons because they used too much of the dragon hearts, right? I don't know. Type out more if you know how to explain it, but... So Magma Worm, I think maybe C is safe. I don't know, you get a couple of them. I don't know, because I kind of put Magma Worm like kind of like this. Kind of like these. You know what I mean? Magma Worm is kind of like with pumpkin head. I mean, it's not that cool. It's not that cool. I think he goes D, you guys. I really do. Because you fight him a few times. It's the same thing every time, pretty much. I think he's probably cooler than the Lion Guardian, but less cool than the Elden Beast. Yeah. I don't think he's... Yeah, I think he's got to go D. He's got to get the D. Magma Worm gets the D. I can't deny it. Ooh, man, Melania, Blade of Mikola. Oh my god. And here I am. I think this one is a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer, Creed. I think it's so obviously F. You know what I mean? I think it's so clearly an S. It is. It's not only an S. What's up, Retro? Welcome back. It's not only S. I think, let's walk it through. Let's walk it through one at a time. I think Melania is more iconic than Dragon Lord. I think Melania has become more iconic than Godfrey. Now, this is, I think the fight is cooler. I think she goes up at the top so far. Retro just coming in to say goodnight. Good night, Retro. I think she goes up at S, and I can tell you how she got to the top spot. She's more iconic and memorable. Not only did I have the hardest time with her on my first playthrough, I had the hardest time with her more than any FromSoft boss to date. I think the build-up going down to her area is just legendary, iconic, and unforgettable. She's the protagonist of the game. She's in the cutscenes of the game. It's so built up by the time you get to her. And then, unlike the Elden Beast down here, when you finally get to her, oh man, they fulfill. They nail it. They stick the landing. It's an amazing character design with the butterflies and the room with the leaves and the flowers. Her moves are awesome. It's a cool fight. You have to be quick. It is cool. It feels like a Sekiro fight. It literally feels like a Sekiro boss that they put into Elden Ring. I think she's dope in just about every single way you can be dope. She looks cool. She fights cool. Her area is cool. Everything. Her lines are cool. Her dialogue. It's top tier. It's top tier. It's iconic. I think from years to come, I think overnight, this game came out and overnight she was a classic boss in all of the gaming world. Even if you're not a Souls guy, you know who Melania is. And that is saying a lot. You know what I mean? Top of the list so far, absolutely. She holds up. She lives up to the hype. Let's move on. Malekith the Black Blade. We're getting to some slightly trickier ones here, folks. Slightly trickier ones. I think Malekith is another one. No way. Ishin's harder. Ishin is harder than Melania. Without a doubt. Yep. For sure. Not for me, but yep. Malekith the Black Blade. Now, he's another one that I think the fight maybe isn't that cool. It's almost like too much for its own good. I like the reveal. Like, I like when you're fighting him and he's in the brown robes and he's all covered up. And then when you get him halfway or whatever, I like that he tears it off and in the epic reveal. That's cool. He's got a big glow up. And it's sick. Okay? But that second phase of the fight, really, I think it's so much going on. He's jumping all over the place, and he's really weak. Like, he doesn't take a lot of damage. Like, you can get him drained pretty quick. So, I don't know. I think I want to go, Oh, man, you guys. This one, it's another one where the design and the build-up might elevate it to S, but let's be real, okay? If you just came through, it's almost like too much of a good thing. If you just came through crumbling Farum Azula and you fought Dragon Lord and it was so epic, and then not even 10 minutes later, they shovel Malekith onto your plate at the same restaurant, and you're like, oh man, I mean, this is good too, but like, I'm kind of full. Like, I ate way too many of the appetizers of these mozzarella sticks up here. You know what I mean? And now you brought out like the burger, and I'm like, I'm kind of full. Like, I'm gonna take maybe half of it and eat it, and it's gonna be good. But then I'm gonna maybe take the other half home and maybe think about it later tonight. You know? So I'm thinking top A. I think he's a good tie with Mog, honestly. I think it's a good tie with Mog. Godskin might come down to B, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah. This Godskin might come down to... Oh, man, I'm tripping. Let's keep moving before we start doing that. But I think Malekith the Black Blade is a pretty decent tie with Mog for me. Equally memorable. Maybe Malekith is a little bit more, so I'll put him at the top. Okay? I'm moving on. Margit the Fell. Now, like many a Souls games, you've got... No. I was going to say it's the tutorial boss, but not really. I don't think so. It's not. It's not like that. It's kind of your first real boss that you're expected to take down. You know? The gatekeeper for sure. Margit does act as the gatekeeper for Elden Ring. Whereas if you aren't going to get past I feel like there's a lot of people that turned it off at Margit. If you're like, let me check out this game. I've never done a Souls game. And then you get to Margit and you're like, I'm done. I believe that. I also think you are weak and you should go look in the mirror and rethink your life. But I think Margit's cool. And I think the quote, like, it's time to put these foolish ambitions to rest. Yeah, and literally tells you you're not ready yet. Margit is a real hard one for me between A and S. It's S for how iconic it is, almost like Millennia. Like, a lot of people know about that quote now. A lot of people know about Margit, you know, because it's the first big boss. I don't know, man. I kind of want to go... It's a cool backdrop, too. It's a cool backdrop. I love the scenery of the castle in the background, and it's like gatekeeping you from actually getting into the castle. I might go S. I'm probably going S. King D, I feel like I'm going S. I'm definitely not going D on it. I don't know, man. I gotta go. It's up, though. I kind of... No, it's cooler. Here's how I convince myself. It's definitely better to me than Malekith and Mog. So that means it's either top A or low S. And I feel like for now, unless we move on and feel like changing it like we did, then I'm going to maybe keep it at low S. It's low S. Yeah, there is a snail. For real, bro. And it's terrible. In fact, thanks for reminding me. Let's move on. Morgott, the Omen King. Now, this is like a mixed bag. Morgott, the Omen King, is when you finally get to the middle of the capital, you work your way up, you fight that other guy that we haven't found in the list yet, but then you go up higher and you get to Morgott. Which what? It's the true version of Margit? Is that what's up, or are these different people? Like, I'm trying to remember how this ties together. I think that's what it is. Margit is a weaker version, like a shell of Morgott. And yeah, Morgott was a struggle. It was a lot faster than the bosses that had come before. I think I don't know, man. This is a mixed bag. There is some cool stuff about this fight. I like some of the aesthetic little touches to this fight even more than I like the fight itself. Like, I like the buildup of walking up to it, and then I like how he cracks the cane, and it's like the Damascus camo blade is cool looking blade. And then some of the moves really start going ham up in there. I love his cutscene leading to the fight. I love how afterwards he's on the ground dead and you talk to him. The chair, the throne is there, but if you try to jump and sit in it, you can't sit in it. It breaks. There's so much cool stuff about it. Right, the reveal of the whole thing. I think we go A. It's A. I'm not going S. I think it might even be. It's like it's either sandwiched in between Malekith and Mog, or it is below them both, but above God's skin. You know? I kind of like it more than Mog, and then it might be a tie with Malekith for the top A. Is that okay with you guys? Is that going to be fair with you guys? Because that's what I'm going to do. All right? That's what I'm going to do. Okay? We're going to move on. We got to keep moving. Knights Cavalry. Okay. Now, I'll say it's a cool boss for the sheer fact that it spawns at night. And it's kind of the first boss that you learn, oh, okay, maybe there's some differences at night with the day-night cycle. Because this boss is not around for the day. And that's kind of cool. But other than that, it's kind of just your run-of-the-mill, you know, horse mount boss. I mean, like, what do we got? Where do we got some of these other ones? Let me see. We got, I don't know, you guys kind of got me to put this up here. Maybe it's B because of the lore of the Albernex, whatever you're saying. We'll see. Wow, you guys are really selling the game on me. 75% or F. Okay, cool. Dark Souls 2. Sounds great. Can't wait. Knights Cavalry is probably going to go... I really like the horseback fights. C+ for you. They've got unique weapons. I like the horseback fights. More so when the other guy is on a horse too. It's cool. And it's unique to Elden Ring. And I think it's cool. And I actually like, even though they're clunky, dude, yo, being on a horse in real life is clunky, okay? I like some of the horse controls in combat even more than other games. They're kind of fun. I really do. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to go C, but I'm going to go above some of these. I really am. I'm going to go above Bloodhound. Let me see here. I'm going to go above... The Frost Dragon? I'm gonna go above. I'm gonna go right below Mimic Tier. I'm gonna put him above, maybe below Black Knife Assassin. I don't know. These guys are boring. I like it more. I like the Knights Cavalry more than the Black Knife Assassin. It's a hot take. You heard it here first. Okay? Move on. Nox Duo. Okay, now, Nox Duo is in the same area that you fight. Where is it? It's by that... It's by this guy. By this commander. Commander O'Neill. And it's in that town that you guys said. The poison town. And it's like the two... I don't know. They're not as cool. One of them's got like a whip, right? I don't like it. It's not a cool fight. Nox Duo. It's not very memorable. Yeah. Oh, it's in the Magic Town? I do remember fighting these, though. Are you sure it's not... Well, is the town I'm talking about in Caelid, I think. Let me see what you said real fast. The Demi-Human Chief makes an intimidating early boss. Well, we have to look up Demi-Human Chief, because I was asking to be reminded who it was. So these ones we've left at the beginning are ones we're going to quickly look up and see if I remember or not. Okay? But Nox Duo, I don't like. I think for a duo boss, it's less cool than Godskin. I mean, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't know. It's like... what do you guys think? I'm kind of thinking like... I'm kind of thinking either low C or... I like it more than Magma Worm, you know? And then it's above Magma Worm. I'm desperately trying to keep the Elden Beast at least at the top D. I don't even know if I want it there. Elden Beast is a fail to me. It's a fail in every sense to me. It really is. Okay, what's next? Omen Killer. This is there's a few of these guys, but this is the boss version, the guy with the 2 huge cleavers with the cool mask with the horns coming out, which you can actually get and it looks cool. This is the boss that's in the village, like the Albanic village, right? In the Learning of the Lakes, but you find that way up there with the guy in the pot that gives you half of the medallion. I don't know. It's cooler than Pumpkinhead. It's cooler than this guy. Let me see. It's cooler than this guy. It's cooler than Magma Worm because I just don't like Magma Worm. You know, you'd put them in B, but you fight them a bunch, and they're not even that hard. It's cooler than Nox. I'm getting there. Hold on. It's cooler than Elden Beast, probably. Now we're in C. I don't think I'm going B, because you got to do it like this. It's not as cool as Black Blade, so it's not going above that. So it's either lowest B, or is it cooler than Commander Nile? Probably not. Not to me. I'm gonna go. Ooh, man, we're down here. It's kind of around Godskin Apostle to me. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I mean, he's cool because he's intense looking. Welcome, Higgins. I'm not going B, but we're going. Yeah, we're going kind of high C, higher up C. Okay. Patches. All right, it's our boy Patches. Where is he gonna be? Let's see. It's cool because it's Patches. He's not. There's no way. There's no way I'm putting Patches in S. No. 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 Why would I do that? Well, look, if you want to know, the way I'm actually trying to think about this is like, okay, we know he's Patches. Here's how, tell me I'm wrong. This is a good way to think about it, right? Because yeah, I get it. It's like, oh, Patches, you know, he's S. Listen to me though. I'm thinking about it like this. Patches is in most of these games, right? If not all of them. I think he's even in Demon Souls, right? Yeah. Patches the hyena. What's he? Maybe he's only not in Sekiro. I don't know about Dark Souls 2, but as far as my knowledge, he's only not in Sekiro. Well, no, he's not in Sekiro. Okay. Yeah, except Sekiro. So, then I'm comparing. With each unique Patches experience, like how does this hold up? You know what I mean? Like, for example, in Demon Souls and Dark Souls, it's cool because those are the first few games that are building the Patches legacy, you know? But then you get to Bloodborne, and it's like, it's equally memorable because he's a goddamn spider. He's not, no, he's not. I've heard the Sekiro Patches thing. No, it's different. There's a guy that people think that he's like he could represent Patches, but it's not. And it's not confirmed. But anyway, Bloodborne, he's a spider. Okay. Yeah, right. That to me is more of a reference with his name, though. It's a game reference to his name. Because in all the other games, he's got this face. Even when he's a spider, he's got the Patches human face on the spider. So how does the Patches experience in Elden Ring hold up? You walk into the cave. There's a chest. You try to loot the chest. He jumps down. Now, I think it's funny. In my opinion, it kind of happens maybe a little bit too early. I think if you're a thorough player and you're a Souls fan, your first playthrough, you're probably exploring that area of Limgrave and you're probably going to run into him. You know? I think you could have built it up a little bit more, maybe somewhere else. I don't know. But then on the other hand, I like that there's the other mechanics where you can not... Like halfway through the fight, he's like, stop, stop. When I first did it, by the time he was going stop, because I came back when I was like over level. And by the time he was going stop, I accidentally hit him again and he was dead. So I didn't realize. And then in this playthrough, he was like, stop, stop. And then we stopped and then he was Patches and he was a merchant and that's cool. So with all this said, I think he's... I know you guys want me to put him in S. He died off screen, which is weird. By the way, has anyone been able to explain that? We found his body like later by some wolves or something. What's up, Loose Blade? Thanks, dude. I put on my Sherpaist outfit today for you, man. Thank you. You guys, I'll do the S for you to be funny, but I got to think about it. You know, because I know he's iconic, but I'm trying to compare him to his iconicness in the other games. So I'm not sure. We're going to keep him there for now, and we'll talk about it at the end. We got to keep moving. There's more. We got to keep moving. Onyx Lord. Is this the guy in the mines? That's just like, no, this is not good, right? This is not a good one. Same with the Perfumer. The Perfumer's another one that's like another enemy that's turned into a boss. But okay, hold on. Onyx Lord, I'm getting kind of sick of this trend. I think I'm going D. Not memorable. I don't remember this. So yeah, Patches, Serena, we met Patches in Dark Souls 1. You might not remember. But when we were going down in the catacombs, before we got to that really dark place where we needed the lantern, we found that one guy who was like, we ended up fighting, and he was trying to trick us and stuff. That was Patches. And so Patches is kind of like an ongoing, you know, what do you want to call it at this point? Like a meme of these games where he's been in every single game. Kind of, he takes on a different form to a degree in each of these games. And so, yeah, he got one in this game as well. Yeah, you can always trust him. The one that does gravity magic, yeah, I don't know. I think he's D. I think he might... No, I don't even... Maybe above Pumpkinhead. He's somewhere down here. I don't care about this guy. I don't like him. Don't like him. Perfumer, similar. I think the Perfumer's it's a, you know, decent enough enemy. It is what it is, but as a boss, did we really need this boss? If you're going to make a Perfumer boss, you better step it up. Make something different. I'm going to put him right by Onyx Lord. Putrid Tree Spirit. Oh, okay. This is not one of the Empire. What's up? This is not one of the trees. This is those like wormy grapoid looking things. They're kind of crazy. Like the thing that you can find down at the basement of the castle, Stormvale Castle, down where you see the Godwin looking face thing. But this one is in the Lake of Rot area, kind of, where the shrimpy people are, I believe. And he's got rot damage as well, I believe. And I don't know. It's another one of those bosses you fight a couple times. There's another one in the capital. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's cooler than Elden Beast. I like them more than Elden Beast. He's lowest. I don't know. He's kind of cooler than some of these. Why did I put Crucible Knight so low? Oh, because it's the Everjail one. I don't care about that one. I guess he's cooler than Bloodhound to me. He's somewhere in here. Oh my god! Oh jeez! He's somewhere right here. He's kind of like mid-C. How's that feel? Oh, why? Why? Hello there. He's kind of mid-C. We got to keep moving, you guys. Radagon. Now, Radagon is the final boss, right? Right before. Oh, you want me to scroll up for you, buddy? Oh, there he is. I've got him right there. S tier. Yeah, you're right. Now, Radagon, final boss before the Elden Beast, phase 1, essentially, of the final. We just did it about an hour ago. I think it's cooler than the Elden Beast. That's for sure. Let's get to work here. I think it's cooler than pretty much everything in C. I think it's cooler than everything we have in B. I think Radagon looks like we might be going somewhere near A. I'm telling you right now, Radagon doesn't get an S for me. Doesn't do it. This might be one of the most controversial ones today, but he's not getting an S. Nope. Not happening. So he's getting an A, though. I don't think I like him as much as Malekith. I don't think I like him as... He is somewhere in here tied with Mog and Morgott. Maybe even... I like the color scheme in Mog a lot more in the boss arena. I feel like Radagon is a little bit lower A. Maybe I reorder them like this. That's the A order right there. You know, I think so. I'm going to keep moving for now. That's how I feel. Red Wolf Radagon. This is one of the wolves. You fight a few of these too. Which one is this particular? I remember you fight one in the academy. You fight one in the underground river area. You fight another one. There's several of these, man. I think there's even one in a dungeon. There's even one in a catacomb. I think it just gotta go. It's pretty low. It's down here. I don't know. The problem is, like, I'm not gonna go F. It's like I would only go F because you fight this boss so many times. Okay, this is the one in Raya Lucaria, right? Then we're going D because I kind of like at least that room. I like the room you fight it in. What is it? The lecture hall or not that? It's something like that. The meeting debate room, debate parlor. Did I get it? Debate parlor. But it's cool because you got all the pictures up on the wall of the sorcerers and stuff. I think it's cool. I think it's cooler than most of these. I think it's a solid, like, right below Elden Beast. Yeah. Some of these might have needed to be lower, too. I don't know. Falling Star Beast. Didn't I have the full-grown one up there? Yeah, then this one's got to drop down. I forgot I had the other one up there. Falling Star Beast is coming down. Okay, I'm moving on. Moving on. Reichard, Lord of Blasphemy. Now, this is another one where if it goes high up, it's because of the epic, the iconicness. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a hard fight. But what I've explained earlier is if you're going to nab one of these S rank spots, it's got to be Patches is dropping. Patches of Houlihan leaves. I'm telling you why right now. He's out. I'll give him a solid A. He's out. Sorry. Patches is out. Because it's not memorable. If you were to ask me in like 2 years, if I didn't play Elden Ring, if you were like, explain Patches to me in Elden Ring, I would have been like, oh man, yeah. I remember you fight him. I don't exactly remember where, he's because what is memorable to me is Reichard, Lord of Blasphemy. Not a hard fight, epic location, iconic dialogue, iconic design. This is essentially the Yorm fight of this game. This is essentially the Demon Souls fight with the sword in the sky when you fight the stingrays. They've done this before. But I think this one is done even better than some of those. I think it's cooler looking. I think it's just so grandiose. Together we'll devour the very gods. It's dope. He puts his arm into his own mouth and pulls out the sword that's all wriggly with the things on it. And it's a sword that you get. That you can get. He's got all those rings on his hand. It's so dope. So dope. Now, he's S. He's above Margit to me. He's a... Ooh, I don't know. He's not above Dragon Lord. He's somewhere up here. Dude, he might be. He might be above Dragon Lord. I'm playing a game to be entertained and to remember it at the end of the day. It's not all about the combat. You know what I mean? It's not all about the challenge. This is a toss-up between Dragon Lord and Rykard. It's a toss-up. That's where he's at, though. Dude, there are some days I feel like I might remember him even more than Godfrey. You know, I'm going to put him above Dragon Lord, I think. Enjoy your pizza. Okay, I'm going to move on. Scaly Misbegotten. Nope. Nope. It's just another, like, it's kind of another filler boss. I'm kind of shocked now that we've done this list finally at the amount of, like, I guess that's kind of a testament, though. Because when you're playing, especially on your first playthrough, you don't really notice that much. It's not that bad. It's really not. But when you sit, because the game is huge. So if you're playing for like 100+ hours on a run, your first time, it only starts to wear on you near the end, I think. But in retrospect, on a subsequent playthrough, or also doing a list like this and looking at it visually and talking through it, I think it shows a little more. And I think Scaly Misbegotten kind of comes down here to an F. I think it's better than the flower. I don't know. It's somewhere maybe above the... Not even. Maybe below the Crystallians. Yeah. But I do like the Misbegottens as an actual enemy. If this was an enemy tier list, I would have them actually pretty high. I think they're totally memorable. The way they look, they're so demonic. They look like fallen angels with the wings. It's cool, dude. I think they look great. Animations are gnarly, too. Sir Gideon. This guy's kind of funny, okay? Now, he's up there kind of with, like, Renala, where it's a wizard fight. It's a mage fight. It's a sorcerer, you know? It's a sorcerer, and it's a big brain intelligence fight. So if you're going in like a melee character, it can kind of be annoying. But what I do like about Sir Gideon, and I'll say the same thing about Renala in a different way in a minute, is the thing about Sir Gideon is I like that he kind of fits the mold and persona for being the high intelligence character. Like even when you walk in, and you know what? He's got the added bonus that he's at the desk in the round table hold for the whole game. So you're kind of talking to him. You already know him as a character, as an NPC. You know what I mean? So then when you walk in at the end there after the capital is, you know, kaput, and he's standing there and he wants to run his mouth, right? What's he want to do? He wants to run his mouth. It's perfect for his character. I love it. And have you noticed, by the way, have you noticed, if you zoom in, you guys can go do this on your own. If you go look at a picture of him, his mask, like even from here from the distance, what looks like a beard kind of on his mask, they're all ears. I believe I'm right about this. They're all ears. So it's like he's like all knowing and all hearing. It's cool, man. It's cool. So then he starts running his mouth like a little bee, and you can even walk up behind him and backstab him while he was trash talking, which is funny. So, okay. Yeah, he's monologuing. Classic villain mistake. So, but I think he's higher up than all of these. I think he's higher up than these. The boss fight itself kind of sucks. I think the fight itself is kind of lame. But I also like how after you kill him, he even talks a little bit more shit. And he's like, you can't kill a god, or whatever he says. It's cool. Patches is going to come down again. Patches is down. Patches gets demoted again. But you know what? He's above these. He's like tied with Godskin Noble. But Sir Gideon's going to take the top spot for B. Okay. Godskin Duo might need to come down to B now that we're spreading out a bit. Godskin Noble might come down to B. Soldier of Godric. Okay. The man, the meme, the legend. Now, I told you that I'm not going to play games like that, right? Like, you're not going to get a good rank just because you're a meme. Just because your patches, you're not going straight to S. It depends on how you deliver, right? So, I am not going to feed into the memes, and I'm going to cut it to you straight. Raw. I'm going to hit it raw, dog. And I got to be honest with you, if we're looking at Soldier of Godric like an actual boss, is he actually hard? Is he difficult? Is he iconic? Is he epic? Then if we're thinking about that, he goes straight to S. Obviously. There's no doubt in my mind. I knew that before we even opened the tier list. He goes straight to S. Okay? Now if we can move on. Spirit Caller Snail. I think it's a fail. It's a big fat fail. Curtis Jackson coming in. What's up, buddy? Arthur Morgan Bucks in the chat. Spirit Caller Snail is a F. It's a F. It's down here with the flower. It's a F. It's a F. It's so bad. It's kind of like they're trying to do a Bloodborne type thing with the witches where like I'm invisible and I make other things attack, and it's just so dumb. I just don't like it. It's a snail. It's stupid. I don't like it. It's an F. Regal Ancestor Spirit. You know what? I don't like this that much. I know Regal Ancestor Spirit gets a lot of love because it's like relaxing and it's like, oh, I feel so bad. Like you always see this boss on like the bosses that you feel bad about fighting, you know, it's like, oh, and like I get it, but I don't think it's that cool, dude. I don't even think it's that memorable. In fact, I think it's kind of a letdown because the build up, okay, hear me out. The build up to the Regal Ancestor Spirit is too big for the fight to contain. Like the fight itself is a letdown by the time you do it. Because it might have a good soundtrack, OST, it's got a good vibe, it's a chill, I get it. But the problem is, you go down into the Sofria River area for the first time, it's crazy, it's blowing your mind. You're like, what is happening? It's getting so epic. It's almost like, it's like almost Lovecraftian on scale. You know what I mean? By scale of it all. But then you realize you got to light these fires. And you find the corpse of the moose looking thing. And you're like, what is this? And you realize you got to light these fires. So you're like it's the buildup is there. You know what I mean? But then when you finally fight it, it's kind of just like, it's kind of a letdown. It's chill and it's just kind of like, it doesn't do that much. And then you can fight it again. And it's just, you know, another version of the boss. I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's that good. I'm sorry. If we're comparing it to some of these ones up here, I don't think it's that good. I think it's maybe above Godskin. And it goes right here. It goes to High C. By the way, Sherpa, I just got Resi 4 Remake PS5 sealed. Lenticular edition. Dude, that's dope though. I didn't even know what that was. I don't know what that is, but it sounds really good. Yes, we finished the game, Curtis. Yes. In fact, we gotta keep going, guys. This is taking forever. Let's go. Renala. Now, if you'll remember, Renala is the boss you fight at the Academy in Lernia of the Lakes. Lucaria. Am I still saying that right? Lucaria, not Lucaria. The sorceress boss. After you work your way up, I think that is one of the best, coolest, like, you know, dungeons of the game. And what I was saying about Gideon is how he fits his character, how he's like an intelligence character and he's running his mouth and it's cool. She kind of feels that way too, where she's like this, like just like high priestess vibe where like she's just cool. She's kind of cool, man. Lucaria, okay? Anyway, it's kind of cool. I think her fight is kind of cool. I think it fits the build-up, you know, for... If anything, her fight and maybe a couple of these other ones we're about to get to are the reason why when you get to Elden Beast, it's an even bigger letdown. Because the Elden Beast boss arena is like the same thing as Renala. It's the same thing as Estelle. And by then, you're just tired of the big water arena. You know what I mean? So anyway, Renala's cool. I don't think she's quite S, but I think she's awesome. I think she's up here. She's above Radagon for me. She's more memorable. She's kind of like a tie with Morgott and Mog for me. She's kind of like a tie, maybe a little bit lower than these, somewhere in here. I like it. I like that she does like summons and she can even do trolls and dragons and I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. Not bad. Solid A tier. Royal Knight Loretta. Now, is this the one that's on the horse? Is this the one that's on the horse? When you're about to get to Renee's Rise? Again, at least this is the first time you find this guy. So it's like kind of cool because he's new. You guys think this one's cooler because of the lore? Yeah, the Caria Manor. That's what I was thinking. But I don't know, dude. I guess he's kind of like low. If we've already got that one up in the B, which is cooler, and I do think that one is cooler, I think this one's got to kind of go C. Yeah, it's like a shaded version, like a shade version of this one. So I don't think it's as cool. I don't. I think it's a lower C. Maybe like above the low, somewhere right in here. Somewhere by this dragon, you know? Somewhere right in there. Royal Revenant, it's a boss version of the grafted, crazy, screaming, poison, spitting thing. I hate it as an enemy. It's hard to fight. I don't love it as a boss either. I don't know. It's like down here, like maybe D. I just don't even like fighting them. They're kind of cool. I like the character design, but I like them before you get to the boss. And then it's just the boss. So we're going to put it down here with the other enemies that are also bosses. Okay? Maybe it's cooler than... No, it's not cooler than that. I don't know. It's somewhere like right here. Okay? D. Rune Bear. Once again, I just don't feel like we needed a boss. I think the enemies are awesome. I think it's so cool. You see them scratching the trees. They're scary. They're hard to fight, especially early on. I don't think we needed a boss. It's, again, down here with kind of like the bosses that are from enemies. You know what I mean? It's like down here. I'm gonna rush some of these. This is how I feel. Star Scourge Radon. S. Fat S. Fat S. Might even be above Melania. You put them two in the top spot. And the game is essentially about them. You know what I'm saying? I think Resi 4 Remake was awesome. I think it was a great game. But in retrospect, I watched some more stuff about it and remembering some of the stuff on my playthrough of the original, and they cut kind of more than I wanted them to cut. And some of it was just like unnecessarily cut. And some of it was changed that didn't need to be changed. So like I'm kind of mixed, but I think overall it's awesome. Overall it's awesome. Radon is God tier. If there was another tier above S, it would be up there. Probably him and Melania, honestly. But yeah, I might even... It's a toss-up between these two for me. I think they're awesome. The fact that he turns into a meteor, slams into the planet is so crazy. You don't even expect it the first time, and it's like, what happened? And then, like, here he comes. The fact he's on a little tiny baby horse, but he's massive because he can defy gravity and has gravity magic. The build-up to him, the festival where people are just trying to kill him, and then you got to teleport out there, and he just starts spearing you immediately with the bow or whatever. Dude, it's S. It's full on S. The fact that when you kill him, he then again turns into a meteor, but crashes and changes the landscape of Limgrave, and then you go back and you can progress the game. It's one of the most brilliant parts of the game. It's one of their, if we did like a Souls game boss tier list of all of the games, he would be in the S rank. Still. That's how good he is. All right, let's move on. Stone Digger Troll, I don't care. It's a troll, but it's in one of those mines, and there's gold everywhere, and you can just break him, and he falls down right away, and you just kill him. It's down here. It's pretty low. I don't exactly remember which cave, but I do remember that's where he is. And I don't know. He's kind of down here with the bear and this. You think? I don't know if he's... I don't think I put him that low in F, because like... maybe you're right. Like on my first playthrough, I found him early enough on to where like it was kind of cool. I don't know. I remember it being kind of cool. But I guess like you're right, but I feel the same way about these. Like it's a bear. It's a rune bear. It's a perfumer. But so like he fits in with those. He fits in with those. You know? Okay. This is the boat guy. The boat guy in like the graveyards that like floats around. I think the first time I found him, I was like, dude, super cool, unique. That's crazy and interesting. But then when you find him more often, it's just kind of whatever. He's easy to beat. You just ride around on your horse and hit him. It's not too hard. I think it's actually, I do think it's cooler design than some of these, to be honest with you. At least he's only a boss. Like you don't find... Oh, maybe you do? No, he counts as the boss, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. I think he's cooler than some of these. You know, he's up here with, like, Magma Worm for me. I think. You know? He's kind of cool. I think he's cool. I've never seen that in a game. I mean, that's weird. I like it. Even though he's D, he's high D. Tree Sentinel is... That's a hard one because like in retrospect he's not that cool because he's just like another one of those horse guys that we've already done a bunch. But he's at the very beginning of the game and he's kind of the first guy put there to be like, yo, maybe just don't fight everything you come into. Maybe just walk away sometimes. I feel like that's why he's there. Teach you that you can do that. You know what I mean? And for that reason and how epic it is to see him when you walk out and his armor and his golden yellow, like, it's dope. It's dope. I think it's cool. Like for example, it's cooler than Commander Nile. It's cooler than these guys. It's cooler. Dude, it's probably cooler than Gideon. Almost. It's a toss-up. I still think maybe Godskin needs to come down. Just Tree Sentinel's iconic. He's unforgettable. He's unforgettable for the whole community. He goes above Godskin. Maybe leave Godskin up there, but Tree Sentinel's below Radagon. Gideon, only because his fight's a little bit of a letdown. He's down there. So, there you go. Tree Sentinel's up high, low A. All right. Valiant Gargoyle. This is where you fight two of the gargoyles. You fight one until it's like halfway health down, and then the other one flies down, and he's got the other spear weapon thing. It's actually kind of cool. I think this fight is cooler than Black Blade Kindred. I do. I think this place is cool. I like the waterfall. I think it's epic when you get there. I remember fighting them. Maybe not this high. Let me think. No, yeah. I think this is cooler. I think, yeah, we're gonna go low B. It's a hard fight unless you're equipped right or you're leveled enough. You got the waterfall behind you, which you can then get in the coffin and go up, which is crazy. It's great. I think it's a low B. Wormface is stupid. Wormface is one of those stupid, poison spitting, pick you up, suck on you, gross things. You see a bunch of them in the Altus Plateau area, but this is a boss. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like it. I don't. I think I'm gonna put him down here. I don't even like him more than some of these. I think he's down here by like the Perfumer and the Royal Revenant, okay? Not good. Don't care. You already see a bunch of them anyway. I don't care. Abductor virgins. It's just literally 2 of the abductors, but a boss fight. I don't like it. See ya, Millennia. We're just about done here anyway, because I gotta go too. But abductor virgins, no good. No good. I think that the enemy is okay. The enemy's, you know, cool enough, whatever. But like, I don't know. Again, it's just like here's 2 of them. But like at least Godskin Duo is a little different. This is just like, here's 2. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's honestly, this one I feel inclined to put either like low D or no, it's worse than these. I'm gonna go like F. I'm gonna go F. Below Watchdog. Probably down here with the Crystallians. Yeah, I'm going F. It's a big fat F. Thief of Fire. This is the Ever Jail guy. I remember this being weird. This is the guy that like he's got the belly and he blows up a bunch and stuff, right? I feel like he's either in the snow area or like somewhere. I remember this fight though. I do. And it's cool. It's cool that he's got a little lore to him more than just some of these Everjail bosses that are like a reskinned enemy. I don't know. I think that in that way, that makes him cooler than like some of these repeat ones. Like he's probably like down here with like the Knights Cavalry in the mid-C. You know? Black Knife Assassin, Knights Cavalry, kind of somewhere around there. Bell-bearing Hunter. That sounds good. He's a human NPC. He isn't one of the Well, yeah, okay. I don't know if I remember. I'm trying to remember who he is, but either way, the fight itself's not that cool. It's not. But at least he's doing fire stuff. He's true to his name. It's going to C between these 2. It's definitely not as cool as Mimic Tier. Okay? Alabaster Lord. Another Everjail. You fight him in Lernia. Okay. Yeah, he's on the left side. He's on like the way left side, isn't he? Left side of the lake. Alabaster Lord. He is one of those other guys. Again, he's not the only of his kind, right? Dude, a lot of these, man. I don't know. I didn't love a lot of the Everjail things. I just think they weren't really that well thought out. They're kind of cool to do some. I just don't love. I almost felt like they were just like too much. Like I didn't need them. At least I didn't need the way that they were implemented, you know? This guy's down low. He's down here with like the troll, you know, and the Falling Star Beast and the Rune Bearer. Same thing with this Electro Black Knife Ringleader. Same thing. It's another Black Knife guy, but it's an Everjail one. I don't love it. It's down here again with the same thing, probably between these. Yeah. Alabaster Lord, high D. I mean, it's not like it's not cool looking weapon, but like, you know, not the Everjail version. I don't care. And I'm not bringing, I will say on those 2 in particular then, I'm not bringing in the lore because I don't know it. So yes, you can feel free to type it out. You can educate us, but those 2, I don't really know. Don't really care. Ancestor Spirit. Kind of like the other one we just talked about. The moose, you light the fires in the underground city area. Where did I put the other one? Where did I put the other one? Probably C, I feel like. Didn't I put it C? I had to have put it C, right? Yeah, Regal Ancestor Spirit. So, which one's the first one? Whichever one's the first one I put higher. Whichever one is the first one I put higher, and then I'm dropping down the second one that you see. You know what I mean? So Ancestor Spirit goes high C, but then I drop it down. The Regal Spirit comes down to low C because like we've already seen this. You know, maybe even D. You know, maybe even D. I just don't like the repeat of that one. I don't care. But at least it's kind of cool. You got to light the fires again, and it's linked to the area. You know, so whatever. Low C. Ancient hero. Okay, I remember. This is the cold guy. Another Everjail guy. Cold guy. You end up fighting more of them. Again, it's not one of my favorites. I think it's less cool than Boat Guy. I think it's maybe cooler than Grave Warden Duelist. I think it's in between Lion Guardian and Grave Warden for a higher D placement on the list. Don't think it's that cool. I think it's okay. Jumps around, spins around, does cold stuff. Astel, Natural Born of the Void. Finally, we get one more that's a little bit cooler for me. Okay, a little bit cooler for me. When I first found it, it's epic because you're working your way all the way down through those caves and caverns into the center of the earth. And then you find this thing, man. Like, woo, man. Isn't this thing even after the Lake of Rot? It's like, I think it's after all that. You go down the Lake of Rot, all that area with the ants and stuff. It's crazy. It's a crazy build-up. And then you come into the arena and he just beams you with the laser blade. Just dead. And it is. It's like a Bloodborne type boss. Like an insectoid god-like thing. It's dope. It's way cooler than a lot of this stuff. It's cooler than Godskin Noble. It might be cooler than Gideon. I don't know if I can go higher than highest B. Yeah, kind of like an amygdala, huh? An amygdala. I don't think I can go higher than high B. I think high B is pretty legit because if we go low A, then he's got to contend with like Tree Sentinel and Godskin duo, and I don't know about that. But I do think high B. I even put him above Gideon. I remember him more than Gideon. The fight, at least. It's cool. But then, unfortunately, you have another one. And this was one boss that I think was weakened by having a duplicate. I'm sure there's lore about it, you know, but like, I don't know. I didn't love it the second time. This is the one you fight in the ice cavern, right? It's like in the other snowy area, I think. Don't love it. It's a repeat, but if I might like it more than this guy. I might like it more than Lion Guardian. He's not going above Boat Guy. Astel is actually the fully evolved form of the Falling Star Beast. That's awesome. Did not know that. Thank you. That's a very cool. So you're saying this guy evolves into this guy. Crazy. So now I left these ones out because I'm not sure what they are. Oh, is this the normal like little intro boss that messes you up? Is that what this is? Finally. There. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, this is the intro boss. When you first walk in. The one that's pretty much supposed to kill you. Like other Souls games. So pretty much is like, how does this one contend with like, you know, the first boss in Dark Souls 1? You know, what is it? And the Demon Souls one even. The big old fat guys that like, you can kind of get the drop on them. And then I feel like a lot of the Souls games have this boss at the beginning where it's like, things are going to be hard. You're probably going to die. Asylum Demon. Thank you. Yeah. So like, it's not as memorable, but I think it's cool looking. It's a cool looking design. It is. With all the grafted arms like a spider. It's creepy. It's creepy. And I like that you can come back later from the 4 belfries and kill it. I like that. Asylum Demon's more iconic, yes. But in terms of this list, I think I got to put it like... I remember it more than Commander Nile. You know, this is either a high C or a low B. It either goes maybe below Black Blade Kindred or above Commander Nile. You know? I might do even a low B because it serves the same purpose and it does it good. It whoops your ass and then the game starts. But you can come back and fight it and there's other... I'm down. I'm going low B on it. All right? And there you have it. Here's the quintessential, the only I left these out because I didn't fight them. I've heard they're low. These are the ones I left out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I don't quite remember. I don't think they're anything that crazy, though. Other than this one, you guys said that the Lich Dragon might be epic. So that would be the only one that I'm saying might be higher up, but I'm not sure because I didn't do it. So yeah, you can type it in the chat what these other ones are, where you put them. But I'm leaving them out because I want to be true to the ones I fought. Now, I got to go. Okay, we beat Elden Ring. We did the list. You know what? And Serena, we got Zelda coming out soon. So we even got time to do some Dark Souls 2. We might even beat it before that comes out. That would even be perfect. Now I gotta go. Everybody have a good one. Here's the list. Burn it into your brain. We've thought it through. We've just now done it. We've done it multiple times. Here it is. I can't, dude. I know you want me to, but we can at the beginning of tomorrow. How about that? We'll watch that, and then we'll start the game. All right? Now, I gotta go. Everybody have a good night. Adios, okay? Sherpa.